So I finally figured out what's going on with my Zoas. What's up, guys? Welcome back. So I'm here with the glasses because I'm, looking at the tank, seeing everything that's going on basically with the Zoas. That is the one that are suffering the most in the tank. And I want to share a few things that I think I know exactly what's going on with the tank. So you guys want to hear the story? Let's take a look. So it's been week number 4 since basically I added the frac tank to the tank, and you guys know my I've been basically the past video talking about my Zoas that they're not doing good, and basically they just closing and algae growing around them and melting away and so. So I started thinking, what exactly is going on with the tank? What did I do wrong? What changes did I make in the tank that lead for me to have this problem now? So I started thinking, even before I thought about adding the frac tank to the tank, I decided to switch salt. I used to use Red Sea salt on the tank, and then I basically changed to Fritz, the red box. I decided to go with the red box because the levels, the alkalinity, calcium, magnesium on that box, they higher, and I like to run my levels high in my tank. So I started doing every other day, just so I don't stress the tank doing a massive water change. I started doing every other day, 8 cups. So I removed 8 cups out of the tank, added 8 cups of the new salt, just so my corals and the tank get used to the new salt. So I started doing that, and I wasn't seeing no changes in the tank, no problem. Yeah, I started seeing different in the coloration in the corals. They were looking better, and I started liking that, of course. So I continued using it with no problem. But then about a month after, I decided to add the frac tank. And when I decided to add the frac tank, it's a 14-gallon cube. I only have a 27-gallon tank. So I say, you know what? I need to clear my sand bed. You guys know it was full of frags, just so I can have my tank looking like a display tank and not like a frac tank. So I knew the moment I added all that amount of water to my tank, things was gonna either do for the best to keep my tank more stable. More water volume means the tank will be more stable. But one thing that I did wrong, that I think I did wrong, was basically adding the tank and letting all that new water go into my display in one day. I should have basically let the frac tank drain to the tank slowly, at least about a week, until basically all that water was basically transferred to my display. So that was one change that I did to the tank. But then again, I didn't see no changes in the tank. Nothing crazy was happening, so everything seems to be doing good. So it was no problem. Then after that, I decided that it was time for me to change my Miracle Mud, because the Miracle Mud that I had in my tank, I had it already for like a good 7-8 months. So it was time for me to change it and put a new one. So I did that, and while I did that, I went ahead and did a 2-gallon water change on the sump, clean all the detritus built up in the sump. So basically, by me adding the frac tank, 14 gallons, and the 2-gallon water change on the sump, that was 16 gallons of water, of new water that I added to the tank. Remember, I only have a 27-gallon tank. So after that, I decided, I didn't decide it, it just happened. I moved one of the frags. A snail came in the frag. I left it in the frag tank. It didn't bother me. but I forgot that as an overflow, I got a PVC pipe. The snail got in and blocked the overflow, and the water came out. My sump started running dry, and it was about 10 gallons of water drained to the floor. So adding those 10 gallons plus the 16, that's 26 gallons of brand new water, basically almost the same amount of water that my display tank can hold. But then again, another accident happened, and then I had to replace another 10 gallons of fresh new water to the tank, and basically that added to a complete of 36 gallons. So basically it's like I drained my tank completely and I added all brand new water. And on top of that, the second time my sump was running dry, my biomedia blocks where my beneficial bacteria grows or stay alive basically was exposed to air, God knows how many hours, and I know a lot of that beneficial bacteria die. So doing all those changes to this tank, that's why I think and I believe exactly that's what's going on with the tank. Basically my system was reborn. I say reborn because basically I took all the water out and added new water. It's like I took all the water out and added new water to the tank, making my tank like a brand new system. So reasons why I know that my system basically is running like a new system, exactly what's going on with the zoas. When I first started keeping corals, I started with the zoas, and I used to buy a frag here and there and put it in the tank, and they wasn't doing good at all. They started melting away. Again, algae, exactly what's going on with them right now. So I went to my LFS. I asked the guy, listen, what's going on? Why I can keep them alive and this and that. He said, bring me a sample of your water so I could test the water. And he told me your water is too clean. So I say, okay. So then I told him, don't I supposed to keep my water clean? He said, yeah, but when you're keeping corals, you need to have some nitrates in the water. You need to have some phosphates. I didn't know nothing about that back then. So, but then I said, you know what? I'm gonna stop doing water changes. I'm gonna let the tank get a little bit dirty. Basically not doing maintenance to the tank when it comes to water changes. And I started seeing in a month, I started seeing changes in the tank, and I started keeping zoas alive. So, all that happening and this happening now, it basically is telling me that basically my tank is running like a new tank. One thing that I know that's what's going on. Basically, I'm growing dianos in my sand bed, and I haven't seen dianos in my tank for years. Basically, it's running like a new tank. That's all I could come up with. So right now, basically, I'm just hoping for the best for the zoas. They're not all doing bad. As you guys can see, I still got some of the colony. A lot of them are closed. This other colony is doing good, and this one on top, they are doing good. So that's a good sign. But my first rock of zoas that I ever bought, that was my first frags. I put them all in one rack and one rock, and those are not doing good at all. And I can show you guys right here, they're all closed. So that's sad to see, but it's nothing I can do about it. I'm just gonna let the tank be, and let her run its course and go from there, because that's the only thing I can think of right now. It's nothing else. I haven't added nothing new to the tank. It's just all those changes and those 2 accidents happened to the tank. That's why I'm having this problem now. I did lose a couple frags. I lost my Blue Hornets, beautiful piece. It was a nice size frags. I lost both of them. I had 2 of them, and I lost those 2. I lost my what else I lost? It's hard to name all of them, but I did lose a couple frags, and you guys can see it's happening to a lot of the zoas. They closing. I'm just hoping for the best right now and let the tank do whatever it needs to do. Basically mature again. because like I say, a lot of beneficial bacteria die in the sump. So my tank is relying right now with the beneficial bacteria here. So I just gotta let the tank, run its course and get back to track. So that's the only thing I can come up with. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's going on, because it happened to me before when I first started in the hobby keeping zoas. So, but the good news about all this is everything else is doing good. My Akins are doing beautiful. Candy cane, my Duncans, my Polys, they're all doing good. My SPS are doing beautiful. As you guys can see here, my Hammer is doing good. My Burntness, that's at least good news. It's not everything is doing bad. It's just the Zoas, and I'm pretty sad about it because I love the Zoas. Zoas is one of my favorite corals. They come with different color patterns, and I love them. So, like I say, I'm just gonna let the tank do whatever I need to do and go from there. I'm gonna keep you guys updated to whatever is going on, any changes that the tank is doing. So you guys probably learn something from this, or if you guys having the same problems I'm having, you guys can learn from it. Because that's what we all here for. To learn from each other. So, all right. So let's just let the tank do whatever I need to do, and I keep you guys with another update once another week go by. All right, guys. So if you haven't subscribed, go hit that notification bell now so you get notified. And like always, I see you guys in the next one. Hasta la próxima. Your boy Carlitos out. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks.